Hey guys, what's going on? It's Davey Boy over here, and welcome to Stories from the Garage. It's the 100th episode, guys. Can you believe that shit already? 100 episodes of me talking so much crap. And now, since it's the 100th episode, I figure I'll make it special by having a guest who I'll be interviewing. This is my first interview ever, so we'll see how it goes. I'll be interviewing this guy. This guy is the bomb, as you may say. He's done everything, and he does everything actually, from cooking to painting to machine learning. He's a Renaissance man. And now let's see if he picks up the phone. Let's try it one more time and see if this works. Let's call the one and only Dubbing with D. I think that's his name. Let me see. Calling now. Hello, Dubbing with D.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good. How's it going? Are
Good,
you
good.
recording this on camera?
No. I'm recording only the conversation, the audio, not the I'm just recording the
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, so what's going on, man? How are you? How are things over there? So this is the 100th episode of Stories from the Garage.
Oh, congratulations.
All right. And I figure I would have you as my guest of honor.
Oh, thank you very much.
Indeed. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about I've listened to your music. I've seen your paintings. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that and see how we could collaborate each other perhaps, or just to let people know and make people aware of the fact that you are out there and you're making your own things. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You know? Yeah, so let's start by asking you where does the inspiration come in order to do your paintings that I've seen? They are fantastic, man.
Well, thank you. So, the paintings the idea of making the paintings came about as a way for me to distract myself when I'm having a hard time trying to find sounds for music. Like when I'm trying to make a song and I'm stuck, then I find that painting is very relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets me out of my head, because then I don't like getting stressed about songs, because that would be silly. And then the paintings themselves, I don't know, sometimes I have a dream and the dream will have some, like a message or something, and then and that message will be like one or two words, and then I write about those words. Or sometimes I just have like an image in my head and I try to paint it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and overall, I think the main attraction that I have to painting is just using like very bright colors and a lot of curves. I just love, like, even since the time when I was in college and I would doodle around in my notebooks, I just made a lot of curves. Like, I don't know, there's something about just letting my hand go and make curves. And then now I discovered that there's like markers that have very bright colors, and I let myself go in that direction.
Yeah, we used to call that in my days highlighters, and we used to use them actually in order to study, not to draw in our notebooks. So I'm glad that you actually found a better way in order to entertain yourself while studying, man. That's really cool. You know, like in my case, it was just like no, this is in order to do work, and that's it. You know, so no, that's really cool, man. I was going to ask you actually about your choices of colors, because they are like very, I don't know, they are just like so bright on their own, right? And typically what I've noticed about your paintings is that you end up using this combination between green and pink, I think, or do you use other colors? I'm just trying to remember that part.
Yeah, well,
I'm black. I'm black.
pink,
Yeah.
orange, black. Like pink, orange, and black are the bases, and pink, green, orange, and black.
Mm.
But it's like a very, very bright pink and very, very bright orange, or like almost like neon colored greens as well.
Yeah. I have noticed that. That's really cool, man. And so, what is it that attracts you about them? About those colors? It's just like I don't know. What is it? What is it about them that's like so cool?
Well, pink has always been my favorite color.
Oh, really? So is mine.
Yeah, because remember in college, like my bed was pink, right? Like it's that bright pink. And
exactly.
then afterwards, you got that one, but I find that color just delicious because it reminds me of bubblegum.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember, it was like Boobaloo, and then there was like all these other types of
Bazooka.
Like Bazooka Joe, and all of them were like bright pink. And I what was the flavors like Tutti Frutti?
Oh yeah.
But like I associate that color with that flavor in my mind, and so I just love putting that everywhere.
Oh man, that's super psychedelic and tasty at the same time, man.
Yeah.
Psycho tasty.
Like this, And then I discovered I don't know why I bought like neon green is just by itself. I like that color.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first time that I was making a painting, I saw like, wow, if I like put them together next to each other, they have like a really, really nice combination. And I can't explain what's the feeling I get from it, but I just really, really enjoyed combining those two. And then the orange came afterwards. I'm like, oh, it's a very nice feeling that I get from mixing those colors.
Yeah, no, the combination of colors that you have in your paintings tend to be very tasty, and it's like, yeah, no, seriously, it's like, it's one of those things that you look at and you're like, damn, like, how come that didn't pop in my head? Because they are like so simple, like the combination, but it's something that it's so unique. And then the paintings themselves, like the drawings that you have, they are like really cool too. So are you planning on uploading those ones or selling them? What's your plan about that? Like, can people check them out? Because at least like putting some samples somewhere, I don't know, because it would be nice for people to actually be able to see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not selling them right now, but I'm uploading them on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
My handle is at Dabbling with D, Dabbling DABBLING _ with and _ D.
Okay, sounds good, man. Repeat that again, please, for our listeners to be able to go visit you, because that's really cool, the fact that you're putting all that out there.
Yeah.
Dabbling with D, right?
Dabbling with D, yeah. DABBLING _ with WITH _ D.
Dang, you can spell. That's better than I can. That's really cool, man. Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. How about your music? Let's switch gears a little bit. How about the music? Like, I've heard your songs. They are fantastic, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, like, we've talked about it a while back between you and I. However, it would be nice if you could tell the listeners what it is that basically makes your lyrics like so attractive. And like, they are basically like, the way I found them is like they are very full of hope. So I'm just wondering, like, if it's something that came around because of the pandemic that's going on right now, or what is it that basically ended up pointing you in that direction as well? I know you love music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think I've only uploaded 2 songs which have some sort of like that messaging.
Mm-hmm.
But but then I also have other more sad, melancholic, and also other happier songs. And I think for me, the process is the thing that interests me the most is making the riff, the guitar riff. That's where I work the most time, like trying to find a riff that's just, I don't know what word I would use, but it's just like that feels really good in my ears, like something delicious.
Oh, okay, like the paintings, delicious.
Yeah, exactly. I would try to describe that way, and once I find that riff, and that can be either like a happy riff or a sad riff or like anything in between, and then after that is just it's a play of words for me. I tried many sentences per part. I'm just trying to make rhymes or like plays of words that fit really well with both my voice and also with the riff itself. And so that's how the songs come about. And yeah, I'm surprised that like some of the songs are like just so happy and like I like that they make sense.
Right. And so when did the idea of having to write songs start?
Well, I think that I've been like toying with the idea of making music for many years. Like I learned to play guitar when I was 14, right?
Yeah.
14 or 15 when you bought the electric guitar.
Right.
And I even had like this pseudo band and we were like playing, but I never thought that like it never occurred to me that if I had an idea of a riff, just to write it down and record it, because I would just like in the past I would just like I would get an idea, but then I would not put it down in the paper, and so then the next week I would come back and it's like, oh, I forgot what it was. Oh well, whatever. But now I'm just like, whenever I have an idea, I just write it down. I have like a special notebook where I put all of the riffs, like every single step, and then the lyrics come about, and then I like the recording part. I just thought, well, I always wanted to be a musician, but like because of our upbringing, it was more feasible to be an engineer.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy that I chose like engineering and I have like a great job, but now I think I have enough freedom to actually pursue without the pressure of trying to make money. Like I can pursue like music while I still have a great job, and I can explore my creativity.
Right. In my intro, I don't know, like I don't think I made you hear the intro, but I'll show you'll get to listen to it. But I basically mentioned that how you're like a Renaissance man. You go from cooking to painting to making music to doing AI. So that's very impressive. Yeah.
That's why
so yeah.
I double into a lot of things. That's why I double.
Yeah. You. Oh.
I
Okay.
like doubling.
Yeah. Oh, then I introduced you the wrong way because I thought it was dabbing with D, not doubling with D.
No, it's doubling. Yeah.
Even on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's doubling.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. So you see, I thought it was DA. Hold on, let me see that. I have to see that, man. Sorry about that. I'm like, oh, crap. I introduced this guy with the wrong name. I cannot believe that we are even related. God damn it.
All my traffic.
Yeah, everybody's going to be going to a different place. All right, yeah, it's doubling with D. My apologies. So doubling, DABBLING space WITH space D. Cool. All right, man, that's really cool. Like, so, yeah. Do you plan on like starting to play concerts, or what's your thought behind that?
Well, I I have like 23 songs now that I'm trying to record
Mm-hmm.
and that I'm working on. And that's where I'm going to put most of my attention right now. Because I'm planning on releasing a song each week, if possible, if the recording goes well. And then next week, I'm starting to take some singing lessons because, like, one of my issues is that my singing just blows out after, like, singing for, like, 10 minutes straight. So I think I need to learn how to measure myself and how to, like, maybe learn some techniques to not bust my throat while singing. And then I'll be ready to start making concerts. Granted that I hope Corona will allow us to have concerts in the near future.
Right. Right, yeah, hopefully. Hey, did you hear that Batman has corona? How ironic, huh?
Yeah. Batman the vampire.
Yeah, how ironic. A vampire that's Batman now has corona. Damn. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, how can we keep on listening to your music? So, the plan is to release every week one song if the recording goes well. Do you have any pressure on that, or are you just basically going to release it if you feel like it?
I will release if I feel like it. I've recorded already 4 songs. I think I'm going for the 5th one, and I've already released 2. So I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway to record. Like, some songs I can record in one afternoon, and there's other ones that it's taking me like weeks.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, you got to catch your breath, right? From song to song.
Yeah. It's also like because I'm not just doing the lyrics and the guitar, but I'm trying to find drum beats and other and bass riffs, and also I'm trying to include other instruments in my songs. So then I end up like I want all of them to like sound really well. So it take my time, but it's also a lot of work.
That's yeah, for sure. I mean, creativity, like engineering requires a lot of creativity for sure, but this is like artistic creativity. It's a different mambo jumbo. I bet.
Yeah, and it's so subjective because at least with engineering, like in my engineering job, like there's something pseudo concrete at least. Like, oh, if I do this is gonna happen. But the song is like, do I like it? But then the next morning I turn out not to like something. So it's like, which one was the right one? I don't know. So sometimes like there are songs where like I feel like, oh, this is complete, this is perfect. But then the next morning I just end up re-recording all of the instruments again.
Yeah.
So,
cool, man. All right. Yeah. I guess that's that'll be all, because I don't know if I can record anything longer than 20 minutes on YouTube. Like last time we tried going live, and you saw what happened, right? Like you need at least 1,000. you may actually make it faster than I do to the 1,000 subscriber, man. That's really cool. No, congratulations, and yeah, thanks for taking the call. And remember, visit Dabbling with D on YouTube, on his YouTube channel, and the Instagram page will be, please go ahead, tell us again.
It's also dabbling _with_D, dabbling DABBLING _WITH_D.
Cool, man. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And please stay on the line so we can keep talking. And I'll send this to a pause right now. Thanks, man.
All right.
Hey, guys. And we are back for more stories from the garage on this beautiful Monday. I took it may have been a 2-hour or a 3-hour pause in between my previous interview and my next interview. So the next one's very special because it's my little sweet boob. She is a very handicrafty woman. She does same as my previous interviewed guest, I guess you call it. See, I'm still kind of nervous about the whole thing. That's how exciting this is for me. But yeah, so she does everything from cooking to flying drones to photography, and she has recently gone into the techie route as well. So without further ado, let me introduce to the boob.
Hi guys.
Alright, what's going on, babe? How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. It's good to be on your to be a guest on Stories from the Garage.
Yeah, now you're a guest that's being asked questions. Before you were a guest that would tell you stories.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I want to ask you, Acha, about your stories. So, how did your passion for fashion start? Like, I know that you're big into fashion and all that. Like, you have like so many dresses that we could probably fill out the entire apartment just with the dresses, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Maybe so. Maybe so. I have quite a few dresses and different pieces of clothing that I like, and I just like to express my personality. I've always liked to be unique and different, and so a lot of my fashion pieces, they're not like you don't see them everywhere. I like it to sort of like stand out and be different, based on just being unique and having your own personality, basically. So yeah, I enjoy fashion a lot. It's very interesting to me. I know you may think otherwise, but I enjoy it a lot. I really do. And I think it's also good for your self-esteem too. Like it helps you feel good, right? When I first met you, I'm like, wow, he dresses so nice. And that actually really caught my eye. Someone that dresses nice, someone that's coordinated, like your clothes fit. Everything was great. And so I take pride also in that, because I think your outward exterior is sort of the first impression that people get of you.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I appreciate art, I appreciate fashion, and I like to look and feel good, you know?
Yeah, that's really cool. So is there any particular trend that you like, or do you basically follow your own trend? Do you like to kind of like make your own trend?
Yeah, but pre-COVID, before COVID, I was sort of doing my own trend. I would always wear pieces that were different. I know people when I worked in the lab, they always complimented my clothes, like, oh, like where'd you get this from? So like I like different patterns, eye-catchy patterns, things that, like I said, kind of like make you stand out but are unique to you. Sometimes I will go with trend, like the skinny jeans and things of that sort. But I think anything that just sort of makes you feel good, that makes you feel good is key.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's what like Zoolander had said that too. I remember that.
Oh, really?
He said he ends up saying something in terms of like models make people look good, or they make people feel good by basically showing them what to wear or something like that. So since you have like the model kind of physique thing, I can see how you're helping people as well, trying to make them feel good. So you have an Instagram page, right?
Yeah,
For
I
your
do.
fashion?
Yeah.
What's the Instagram page?
It's my first and last name and the number one.
Okay, so we cannot say it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, and you also have a hair fashion
Yeah,
line, right?
that's true.
How's that coming along?
It's coming along. It's coming along. I like to do anything dealing with natural is good, and so that's another passion of mine, right? Like having healthy hair, healthy scalp, and that could also help women and men in their journey to evolve their hair growth, right? So yeah, that's coming along. I'm just still making the formulations for the product.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's another path. Like there's not enough time in the day to do everything.
Right. So how's that coming along in terms of like the progress that you have had regarding the formula? So what kind of product are you working on in the first place? Is it like what kind of hair product is it? Is it like a shampoo, like a conditioner? Or what kind of product is it?
It's basically like a leave-in moisturizing conditioner.
Cool.
That one of the main ingredients is the aloe vera plant. So I'm trying to formulate that.
So are you aiming some kind of I don't know, like who's the main target of your product? Who would you say is the main target of your product?
It probably would be young. I mean, it's for any. I believe it would be for any hair texture, but any hair type that may be prone to drying. So like curly hair types, possibly. Actually, yeah, that is curly hair types, really curly hair type.
So I would get a benefit out of it.
Yeah. Your hair is very, very pretty, but yeah, just something to sort of, because sometimes curly
Your hair is also very pretty.
Thanks, babe. It can dry out and then it can break, right? So my product is supposed to, it will add that moisture to it and to prevent breaking and also to make it more workable, right? Make it more, what's the word for that? Not workable, but...
Manageable?
Yeah, manageable. Sorry. My brain. Yes, to make it more manageable, exactly. So that's what. So basically, adding moisture, making it more manageable, and it's all natural. So that's another thing where it's sort of tricky with the formulations because I don't necessarily want to add nasty preservatives, right? So I want to keep it all natural. So that's what I'm testing testing my products. So.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So being just nature friendly, and also like keeping it natural, not only nature friendly but also natural ingredients. That's really cool. So moving on to something else, right? Because that's actually working out pretty well for you, right? The hair stuff, like. So you still have some ways to go before you can actually say that you have launched your.
Yeah, and I have quite a few people that are interested. They've messaged me on Instagram, but that's I have to wait till the formulation is perfect.
So are you using your fashion Instagram in order to advertise it, or are you using like some other account?
I have a separate account for that.
Is that something that people can visit?
Well, it's attached to my main thing.
Oh, so it's also it also has the same name?
No, it has a different name.
Because maybe people can go visit it and see what you have to show. So I remember seeing some pictures you were showing me of that Instagram account that you had, and that was like really, really cool. So,
right.
I mean, if you still think that it's on the works, then we cannot we don't have to mention it. I just thought it would be kind of cool for people to see it.
Yeah.
But if it's still in the works, then we can do that later.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So, from all the fashion stuff, you went to Turkey as well, right?
Yeah.
So, I know you have spent a whole bunch of money in drones, probably as much as the U.S. government. So, what got you into drones?
Ah man, drones. I love drones. I love anything, any type of techie gadget. Drones. I love drones because it enables you to see like a different perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was my thing that I liked. It enables you to see a different perspective, and for you to get a different view and outlook. You say you're on vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know we went to Panama.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, though, we couldn't fly the drone. Literally, we looked up, and there was a plane over our head. So, you cannot fly drones within a certain radius of airport, right? But I would have loved to fly it there, somewhere in Panama. But yeah, so it's art. Like, I love art. And like I said, it enables you to see different perspectives. Also enables you to explore, right? Because you may not be able to see certain areas are barred off, but if you have a drone, you can actually see what you can't see when you're just on land. So
Right.
it's like it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So, like, is there any particular thing you look for in a drone before you buy it, or?
It has to be DJI. That's the top.
So you
the top
aim for the
drone.
brand, not for any particular feature it should have.
Well, I aim for the brand because DJI is the
Mhm.
best. It's one of the best top drone sellers, and so I trust their product.
Mhm.
I had the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Mini, and they've all been stellar. It has sensors, they're very
Mhm.
durable.
Yeah.
So yeah. And it definitely gets conversations starting. As you know, people will come up to you and start talking to you when you have your drone.
Yeah, it's such a great way to socialize if you're shy, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
which is not my case.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that's really cool. So DJI, if you're listening to this, please send some money to Stories from the Garage. You just had some free ass advertisement right now, so there you go. That's cool. So you also have spent quite some money into cameras, right? Would you say the same thing about cameras, that you aim for a brand, or is there anything in particular that you've been looking in that sense?
I would say the brand, like Canon, for instance. I just like their video quality and the durability. Remember we went to Europe somewhere, and I dropped that camera maybe about, I know this is so bad, guys, but I dropped the camera about 500 times, okay? And I was still able to use it. Like, I know that sounds so
That was crazy.
terrible, but the camera is very durable. Why did I drop it? Because I didn't have
You were performing some endurance test, I think.
I don't know.
A shocking test.
Yeah.
A shock test, just like dropping it for the fun of it. 5 times
No.
on the street.
No. But it still works. So Canon, they're really known for their quality and just personal preference too.
Cool.
Yeah, it was one of my first cameras.
That's awesome, babe. That's really cool. And would you say this is something that was like, who inspired you into going like the techie route? Because I can see like how you would be inspired into going the fashion route, given that, I mean, your physical attributes. But how about in terms of the techie route? What is it that made you go that route? Is it something that you grew up with, like being techie and all that, or how did that turn out?
Yeah, believe it or not, actually this YouTuber named Casey Neistat, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He actually inspired me a lot. The way how he vlogs and his vlogging style, the different cameras. But also I've always been into tech because my dad, he was always into like, not necessarily cameras, but he liked tech, like computers.
Didn't you mention that he used to make you guys like put together circuit boards or something like that when you guys were kids?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's true. He did. He had us like assembling LEDs and resistors and things like that. He would pay us money.
That is really cool. Hey, Dad, listen to that. Like I remember how like my dad actually he bought me a Meccano and that was really cool, but I never got paid for it. No, but the Meccano was such a gift and that was amazing. I remember that.
My dad did Meccano too.
Oh, your dad did also Meccano?
Mhm.
That's really cool. So what kind of, like, do you remember the kind of Meccano that you had?
Oh man, it was something to do with cars, and I think it was more so for Bonnie. Yeah, I think it was more so for him because he, my dad wanted to basically allow us to have that engineering type, to be introduced to something in engineering, and Meccano was
Yeah.
like really good with that. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I don't know, my dad is an engineer, so I wonder if that was the reason why he introduced me to that, but that was really cool.
Mhm.
And I like it so much, and I kind of missed it, so I bought one myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool. Well, is there anything else you would like to say?
Congratulations for reaching the 100th video, and this is like, I think you started this year.
Yeah, you got inspired in Panama, same place where you wanted to fly your drone.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, just congratulations. Thanks for having me on as, I guess, a formal guest.
Yeah,
And
well, an interviewed guest, I
Yes.
guess. Cool. Yeah, no, thanks for participating. And guys, I think that's it for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is probably the longest and probably the longest ass episode that you hear at Stories from the Garage. But I just figured I would make it special because it's the 100th episode, and I figure I'll give you guys a glimpse of more things that there are out there regarding tech, art, fashion, and just to show you also my interests given like the people that surround me. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to hang out with you guys, and I hope that we can keep on going ahead. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe, motherfuckers, that way I can go live. And don't forget to wear a mask and say no to racism. And that's it for today, and thank you for listening. Stories from the Garage. Bye 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 bye.